Good afternoon, everyone. This is Tamal Mukherjee once again on behalf of Team Literoma, and a warm welcome to our YouTube channel. And as you know, every child is special, and it becomes a special occasion when we have a very special author in Dr. Urvashi Tandon with us for the cover launch of the re-edited and revised edition of the book Anna, a Special Child. Welcome, ma'am, to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure.
Just a quick introduction and a context setting about the book. A lot of readers actually had searched about this book of late, and we want to announce it that the book is back in its new avatar, in its new version, and we'll be very soon be showing you the cover page of the revised book. But before that, I just want to go to the author who is here with us to say a few words about the book. Then we'll be going ahead with the cover launch.
Okay, the book is all about a 12-year-old child, Anna, who was born normal, had an absolutely normal childhood till she was about 5, and she met with an accident. So things never announce themselves before happening. Things can happen any which time, any which way. And that doesn't take away from the child. So the idea was actually to highlight what a handicapped child goes through. You know, it's all very well for us to see them once in a while and say, oh, how sad. And no, let's do something for them. Can you really do something for them on a daily basis? Or do you just want to do something to help out once and then you say, oh, it's too much work and you move out? So what are the issues that these children face in society? And this age group of 12 to 14, 12 to 16, adolescence as it is a very difficult age. They go through their own insecurities, the children. And because you have, different characters, different natures of children coming up or growing up at that time, coming into their adulthood, you have a lot of aggression also. So what are these, these handicapped kids can go through a lot of bullying. There's not too much of understanding, as it is their contemporaries are also of a nature they don't fully understand. It's not that that kind of empathy may not be there in them. So the issues they face with difficulties with teachers, difficulties with their peer groups, the household usually gives them a good amount of support. So there are some parents who would, put them off into a boarding for special children or something, but they get support at home. It's the outside world. Can we sensitize them to make life a little easier for these children? That was the thought behind how this book came about. And to make it easy, actually, for the audience, I kept it as a mentally completely sound person, just physically handicapped by chance. But this could also extend to people who are, autistic or have other issues. So just to increase awareness in the children of this age group who may not really understand and increase some empathy, make it a more inclusive society. So I thought of picking up something which was very otherwise close to my heart. That's how this book came about.
Yeah, actually, my next question is somehow related to that. I just wanted to know, was there any particular trigger for you to pick up this particular topic? Any particular trigger? You talked about what was the thought process, but any particular trigger that you want to highlight?
I am a pediatric anesthesiologist, right? So I have been handling children, but of a much smaller, younger group, newborns and a few weeks and a few years. But that does not make you unaware of what's going on around. See, one worked in a hospital where you came across people who had problems. I did have to give anesthesia to patients who had cerebral palsy, autism. You had to deal with them differently to be able to even approach them. They are very scared of strangers. They're not comfortable. So we had to make allowances. So it did bother me. And then I also had people working with me who had spastic children. One spastic child meant how much to the parent I could see. We were in a transferable job. I was in the armed forces, right? So every time the person would get transferred, he had to find out whether there was some sort of a backup, that kind of education, that kind of support system where his child could probably grow. There's so many issues that come up. I also had colleagues who had children. Now, these days, we are getting these, attention deficit disorders and autism and all is being detected much more. You even have movies like Tare Zameen Par that have come up. So, yeah, there were so many of these issues which I'd seen over the years. And I've always felt that one should address that. Why do we not take care of them with special needs? We don't. So I can't pinpoint a single trigger, but once I retired and I had so much time to reflect, all that was pending, I decided to get down to it and work on it. Not a single trigger.
Okay. Thanks for answering that, ma'am. So now we'll be going into the book now. So we'll be going ahead with the cover launch. Then we'll be talking about the book more. So once again, to reiterate to all our listeners and to all our viewers, this book is getting launched in its new avatar. So whoever was having query about the book, you will be absolutely delighted to know that this book will be available once again. Let me share the cover of this particular book. So here it goes. So this is the book which everyone will be able to see now. Anna, a special child, and as you can see here, the book has already won. The first edition has already won multiple awards, best-selling author, author in demand being some of them. And so congratulations, ma'am, once again on the revised second edition. And I hope that this book will do even better than its first edition. So your thoughts and your thoughts about the revised edition, because we are already getting a lot of queries. We had seen a lot of queries in the Kolkata Book Fair as well, and also in the Newtown Book Fair, the two book fairs which happened in the last 2 months. So your thoughts and what are you looking forward to from the second edition?
I'm hoping that this reaches out to a whole lot of people so that the message goes through. I have reached a time and phase where I feel it's time to give back to society. I've had a really decent innings, and whatever one can do for improvement, we people are so busy in our day-to-day lives, we don't think. Lateral thinking is not there. We don't look beyond our immediate, maybe our immediate family, our workplace, and we don't have the time. But it is nice to include people, because as they say, whether you grow spiritually or you grow as more aware of what's going on around you, it is nicer to be inclusive. It is nicer to have a happier society rather than snatching and being selfish or whatever. So a little empathy towards these children who otherwise are neglected. Every child deserves to have a happy life. Every individual deserves to have a happy life. So why not these guys? Why create more problems for them than they're facing in any case? So my hope is only that it reaches out, and I hope that we can make a difference to people. We can have a happier society to live in. At least our children should grow up in something better.
Absolutely, that's a great thought actually, ma'am, because I think if the children grow up better, that definitely is going to ensure a better future for the society, for the nation, and for everyone else. So
Yes.
really, really congratulations, and we're hoping for the best for this particular edition of the book as well. Any particular message, ma'am, that you want to give to the readers of this second edition? Because there are multiple people who wanted to read this book, and then off late it was not available. Now, since it will be available in its revised avatar, in its new avatar, any particular message to your future readers?
Children of this age group, patience is a big thing. The boys want to go and play. They'd rather play football, I mean, rather than sit down and read. So I would actually, it's a very small book. It's not that it's a big book. It's a slim book. So it's easy to read. I would rather people did encourage their children to read. I would also tell the adults to visit the book. There are teachers who work with special children. You have specially trained schools. You have NGOs which deal with kids. I would suggest that they read it once to at least know what probably goes on in their minds and how they could help. Even regular schools. If I may mention, in this book, I have made out a school with a ramp. Little things like that, which modifications where you can include these kids as well, not have to send them to some special school if they are capable of using their higher faculties. So
Yeah, I guess that's a
as
great
many people as can
perspective.
read it.
Yeah, I guess that's a great perspective that even the so-called quote unquote the normal children should also read this on how they should
Yes.
be responding to the special children. So thank you so much, and we are also hoping for the best about this book, ma'am. And I'll sincerely request every parent and all the children to go through this book, as ma'am has already pointed out, that it's a quick read. The message is going to stay with you forever, and it is going to definitely help you out when you once you grow up. And definitely a special message to the parents as well. Do encourage your kids to read this book, because this kind of books play a big role in building the character of the kids. So please do that. And thank you, ma'am. So thank you so much for coming up with this concept and taking up this sensitive topic. And obviously, this is backed by your own experience of handling children professionally as well. So obviously, as you can understand, ma'am is a medico, and therefore do try to get the benefits out of the experience which he had shared, which has gone in writing this particular book. All the best, ma'am, with this particular
Thank you
book,
so much, Kamal.
and we are really looking forward to the success of this second edition as well. I'm sure that this book will do even better than the first edition.
I'm associated with Litoroma now. Yes, of course it will do better.
Absolutely. We're always there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.